This hedgehog was walking along peacefully when suddenly it came across several huge quills. It was a giant porcupine. The animal was in an epic battle against a large python that had decided to attack this beast. When a large snake decides to go after a porcupine, the porcupine fights back by turning its back to its opponent and making sudden movements, aiming its sharp quills at the adversary. This way, the python gets very frustrated and desperate with the whole situation. The predator's quills pierce through the snake's body and deeply puncture its internal organs. The porcupine acts very aggressively. It's very large, and besides stabbing with its quills, it also tramples its prey and crushes it against the ground. The python is covered in quills, and it'll be impossible for it to remove them all. As a result, all these injuries will cause the large snake to die within a few minutes. In today's video, we'll show you several other amazing cases where snakes picked the wrong opponents to attack and ended up paying the price. Number 10. Domestic cats have lived with humans for thousands of years. But even so, these felines haven't lost their hunting instincts. Cats that live in cities usually hunt birds for food, but if they come across a snake, of course they won't turn it down. These felines are able to dodge a snake's attack at the last second without suffering any consequences. In this footage, a snake is completely wrapped around the cat, and the feline doesn't seem to care at all. The cat then decides to fight back fiercely, landing powerful blows with its paws and delivering strong bites to the snake's head, which is now trapped in its mouth. Sometimes venomous snakes defeat felines by injecting their toxin into their enemy's body, but if the cat detects the threat in time, it's quite likely that it will still end up winning the duel. This snake wasn't expecting such surprising speed and agility, combined with the cat's incredible precision in its various strikes. So the reptile ended up getting the worst of it in this impressive conflict. Who were you rooting for, huh? For the snake or for the feline? Leave your answer here in the comments. Number 9. In general, large turtles aren't afraid of snakes at all, because they know that snakes usually attack and then swallow their victims whole. However, big turtles are aware that they don't fit in the mouths of most snakes, and that's why they don't need to be afraid. The only thing they need to do is hide inside their shell and wait for the snake to give up on the attack. This is a snapping turtle. They are extremely heavy, and their shell is really tough. But most importantly, they respond fiercely to any attack. When this snake approached a turtle like that, it clearly had no idea who it was messing with. A fatal mistake. For this monstrous turtle, a snake isn't a threat. It's a meal. A venomous snake can only take down its prey with its toxin, but the turtle's protected inside its shell. It's invulnerable to the snake's bites. The snapping turtle then decides to strike back. It grabs its enemy with its claws and crushes the snake's body with its powerful beak, breaking the spine and causing fatal damage to the snake's organs. The snake tries to escape, but the turtle holds its opponent tightly so it can't get away. The snake didn't know it was trying to attack a devastating turtle and ended up paying with its life. Number 8. The fennec, also known as the desert fox, is an animal with an inviting appearance. But don't be fooled, because this fox is one of the most powerful creatures living in the desert. In this footage, this snake underestimated its opponent and paid the price. The duel between these two predators is simply impressive. The snake is incredibly agile on the sand and moves quickly. Therefore, the desert fox needs to quickly dodge all the attacks from the venomous snake so it doesn't get poisoned and lose its life. Surprisingly, the fox has the patience and focus to attack its opponent at just the right moment, because it knows the snake's venom can stop its heart within minutes after a bite. The snake is stunned by the fox's counterattack and is already running out of strength, since it doesn't have the stamina needed to compete with such an agile opponent. Little by little, the deep bites from the desert fox leave the snake increasingly weakened, with injuries to its internal organs. The snake had no other choice but to wait for its opponent to make a mistake in order to strike. But the fox acts with precision and caution right up to the last second. In the end, the snake loses and ends up becoming the desert fox's meal. Number 7. Did you know that a snake can eat another snake? This phenomenon isn't very common to witness, but it can happen. In this footage, a larger snake decides to attack a rattlesnake. The snake is much bigger and stronger, but the main secret to its victory is its precision while attacking. In the blink of an eye, the big snake lands a precise strike on the rattlesnake's head, leaving it with no chance to defend itself or fight back, since it can't even open its mouth. The two snakes fight fiercely, and the larger snake is also venomous. As they battle, its toxin gradually takes effect on the rattlesnake's body. After 2 minutes of fighting, the venom has already completely overtaken the rattlesnake. Now, the only job left for the bigger snake is to swallow its prey as quickly as possible, so no other predator tries to steal its meal. Did you know there are snakes that feed on other snakes? Leave your answer here in the comments. Number 6. When rattlesnake venom comes into contact with the victim's nervous system, it paralyzes breathing and destroys the prey's blood composition. That's why it's considered one of the most dangerous snakes in the world. This species is greatly feared throughout the animal kingdom. And when animals hear the rattle sound coming from the snake's tail, many of them quickly flee to avoid becoming a potential victim. But in this footage, the snake decided to go hunting for food and ended up invading the territory of an even more dangerous predator. When the rattlesnake is surrounded by large alligators, its rattle isn't very useful, since these animals rarely feel threatened. The snake's toxin would work perfectly on the alligators if it weren't for the tough armor that covers the bodies of these ruthless predators and makes them practically bulletproof. As a result, the fastest alligator grabs the snake, violently shakes its head to break the snake's spine, and quickly drags its prey into the water. The snake wandered into the wrong territory and became a meal for a big alligator. Number 5. Although the rattlesnake doesn't slither very fast, it has one of the quickest strikes among all snake species. This snake is capable of striking its prey at an absolutely astonishing speed, and it's rare for the victim to escape. However, when the fox is hungry, it doesn't care at all about the rattlesnake's hunting skills and goes straight for the reptile. Check out in this footage the attack technique the fox uses to try to finish off the snake once and for all and secure its meal. The predator leaps onto her enemy, grabs its head with her powerful jaws, and tosses the prey away, aiming to neutralize it. This attack leaves the snake stunned and unable to continue the fight. The fox takes advantage of this moment to finish off the snake for good, and then quickly feeds on her victim. What an epic duel! Number 4. Even though pythons are large, they're also able to camouflage themselves among the vegetation. However, when trying to hide from a feline, camouflage is pretty much useless, since these animals have extremely sharp instincts and can detect prey from several meters away. In this footage, this python was trying to cross the vegetation discreetly, but it had no idea that there was a large tiger nearby. The feline noticed some strange movement in its territory and decided to check out what it was. When it arrived at the spot, the carnivore spotted a large python in the middle of the underbrush. The feline sneaks up and then lands several powerful blows on the snake, using its sharp claws. The snake even tried to fight back, but without any success. The big tiger finished off the snake in just a few seconds, securing its meal for the day. Number 3. This large black mamba thought it could easily win a battle against a small mongoose. It's not a very large animal, capable of overpowering a mamba, but it's far from being an easy prey for this feared snake. The mongoose's speed and agility are incredible. The venomous snake strikes at its opponent several times, but the mongoose manages to dodge every single one. The mongoose gives up on just defending itself and decides to fight back. He proves to be just as aggressive as the dreaded black mamba, and this drives the snake into a panic. The mongoose moves around the snake, getting closer and closer. Then he quickly lunges at the mamba, and the final stage of the fight begins. The small predator leaps precisely onto the snake's head, delivers a powerful bite, and inflicts a fatal wound on its opponent. The snake, even though it was extremely venomous, lost the battle against the powerful mongoose. Number 2, this large venomous snake had no fear of trying to attack these small and agile creatures walking through the forest in search of food. It was a raccoon dog, which, despite the name, is not a dog, but is part of the canid family. The snake tries to fight its opponent, but the raccoon dog keeps attacking with impressive determination. When it grabbed the snake, the reptile counterattacked, but its incredible speed and reflexes allowed the raccoon dog to avoid the bite. It grabbed the snake once more, this time by the head, and threw it far away. The bite at the base of the snake's neck breaks the victim's spine, preventing it from moving to attack the raccoon dog and causing critical damage to the reptile's body. As a result, the raccoon dog pair now has their meal for the day secured. Number 1, in this impressive footage, this snake is in an epic battle against its opponent. We don't have any more information about the outcome of this conflict, but in your opinion, who do you think won this incredible duel? The powerful snake or its opponent? Leave your opinion here in the comments. Since you've made it this far, we want to recommend these 2 amazing videos that are popping up on your screen right now. We're sure you're gonna really enjoy them. Just click and watch. I'll be waiting for you there. Thanks.